Okay, here we go. We're going to take him on. We're going to do it. Dead. 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 Hey ratbags, it's Jade. A little bit of fun there. That's how many times I've died trying to take on Lord Reto, with maybe a little bit of embellishment there. I have been testing out stuff because this guy is a brand new mini boss that offers you the chance to get the flaming sword, not the cheat sword that's been in the game files for ages and we can all spawn in. No, they've actually made it into a proper sword, legit you can get, and I'm going to show you whether or not it's worth it or not. So if you find this video useful, leave a like, go and check out the rest of my Ashland guides, and let's get into how to take down Lord Reto. So basically there is a Register stone that will reveal the mystery location, and this will turn up 3 times. There'll be 3 of these question marks across the Ashlands. You can find some of these sometimes in the putrid holes in the Ashlands, basically the new caves, and they will reveal points of interest, maybe sometimes like this where it looks like a vault closed in on all 4 sides. More often than not they're going to be guarded by really tough creatures. So what we're looking for is the fragments of the Dywnwyn sword. I definitely said that wrong, but forgive me. You'll be able to find 2 fragments at locations like these, and then the 3rd fragment is where you're going to find Lord Reto, as you'll only be able to get that 3rd fragment, the hilt piece, after killing him. So bring a good pickaxe, or certainly make sure you can repair your weapons, as you're going to have to break through the stone and eventually be able to get inside, and you'll see an altar with a bunch of molten cores inside too. And then you just pretty much rinse and repeat. Keep investigating some of obviously the Morgan dens, the putrid holes, to hopefully find a Register stone and reveal the next location, the blade fragment. This one was a lot easier. It took me about 2 hours, and I'm not going to lie to you. Obviously I used cheats to help me get along just to show you this guide. But yes, it's going to take a long time. You might have to clear out about 15, 16 of these places before you might come across the 3rd or final one. I would say only about 1 in 5 of the actual Morgan caves, putrid holes that I came across, actually had one of these Register stones. And obviously this isn't revealing the boss, that is another stone that you should be finding in keeps. So don't panic, I'm not about to show you the boss fight, it is a mini boss. Now don't make the mistake I did, I wasn't really paying enough attention, but you might find one of the vaults with a cave on it, and I just ignored this. I actually found the fragments, or the place where I would face off against Reto, much sooner, but I didn't realise that there was a secret doorway at the back of this vault. You'll notice you can't go ahead and mine through the rock, so that should be a giveaway sign, and it's pretty much the only one across that I found like this. So go through the front. If you can't see the gap at the back, then you might have to dig your way through a little bit. Obviously make sure you clear out the altar if it has got one of the fragments on it. And yep, the location stones should show where this is. At this point, do I have to teach you how to play Valheim? Put a bed down, make sure you got a chest full of supplies, and get ready to have a tough fight in the tomb of Lord Reto. Apparently in homage to a beta tester and good friend of the Valheim devs, or at least a good player in the community, that's why he's named. No, he's not named after Dune character. He is tough, you pretty much can't take a hit from him. I swear he does about 300 plus damage, so even with the best health and fully upgraded armor sets, you may still have trouble here. You can try parrying him, and I've tried doing that a bunch as well. I spent some time looking in Discord and on Reddit, and according to everyone else, the parrying on this guy is going to be just really tough. You're basically meant to fight him either with 1 hit and run away, dodge, or use magic. Obviously if you have managed to sustain a hit like I did there, well done, you got some heals, good luck to you in your tanky melee build. But I do recommend you take this guy on with magic, ranged, or simply being patient and getting in a few hits and dodging out the way with a lot of stamina. His health doesn't seem to regenerate a lot. I think, as in the nature of Valheim being difficult, I reckon the devs should go ahead and make it he replenishes health if you leave the cave. He will eventually, but you've got to spend a good amount of time outside for him to actually replenish his health completely. So you can actually just keep dipping in and out, take a few pot shots. If you somehow get tagged and you've managed to stay alive, you can quickly leave and then re-heal or change up your gear. He seems pretty resistant to fire, but I think Spirit will actually do pretty good. With an upgraded level 4 Spirit Walker, I seem to be doing quite a good amount of damage. Obviously you still got to dodge. Not so much with the poison build, I don't think that's necessarily going to be the one. You can also be knocked back quite a good amount with Frost Nut and any other hammers, so that's also something to bear in mind. You can almost stun him and knock him back. And I think it is the spirit damage here doing the work, not necessarily the frost, but yeah, maybe frost will be good as well. Considering you don't really have any brand new, obviously frost sort of weapons inside the Ashlands, then that would be maybe expected, or not expected, confusing players a little bit, that there's actually got an enemy here that you might want to bring a frost weapon with. And at this point, you might as well not be having any armour on, you just need foods that are going to give you a lot of stam so you can dodge out the way. But I do realise a lot of players will want to keep their skills intact and not die so much. So yeah, kite him around the actual pillars, you'll be having a chance to heal up. Sometimes if you do enough distance in the cave, he'll actually forget about you momentarily. And you can actually sneak up on him. He tends to move quite slowly and you can really hide behind the pillars just enough so you can maybe time your attacks a bit better. At least get a first chunky hit in. As you can see, I've got 291 health. I was left with 34 from that one hit. I am not the best perfect parrier, so I figured, right, maybe I can just tank him with a shield. So trying out the new one, seeing how much it will do. And yeah, no. All that health, and I did have really high skills. I boosted them up to like level 90, and he just absolutely wrecked me. I did try some of the other brand new staves as well, like obviously the branch. You have to get pretty close to him. It won't hit him for some reason unless you are super close. Maybe that's the way these things work. I haven't really played around with them as much. Did stop him from getting access to me though. So place a few of these in a well positioned slot and you got a chance to re-heal or rejig your gear. But to be fair, you could just leave the cave and do that and come back in quickly. I normally play Valheim on an easier setting, but I have obviously got this on just standard so that you can really see the damage numbers and give it a bit of a compare yourself. You can see fire, yeah, it's not exactly setting him alight. But the most fun absolutely was using the brand new troll staff, well, the fiery skeleton staff. I did think it was going to summon a troll, because again, I didn't mess around with these, so I was quite surprised when it was the fiery skeleton instead. Maybe hence the name, it's got troll in it. Summoning two of these though, it kept it at bay at the door and it done a ton of damage, both of them together. It reduced it by, I would say, nearly half of its health, leaving me a chance to recover some of my gear, get obviously stuff sorted, and by the time they despawned, yeah, he was down to way less than half health. And then at some point he got really low health. I managed to get another hit in, again trying everything. The lightning seemed to be doing pretty good on him as well. When I came back in, he was ignoring me. He wasn't actually going for me and he seemed to be trying to run away. I don't know if it's a glitch, don't know if it's just the AI is meant to do that. But yeah, he just wasn't paying enough attention to me at all. So I had time to miss my shot before finally getting a few more hits in. And in the end, he got stuck on the wall and I managed to finish him off completely. So yes, I use cheats to spawn stuff in and get here and show stuff off. I'm trying to paint a picture exactly what kind of ways you can do it legit, because I ain't got time for that, not normal anyway. Not too sure if he's dropping a trophy at the moment, good luck with that. If he doesn't drop it, you can't really repeat this either, I don't think. There is only going to be one legendary weapon per server, possibly. Unless things change, it is the PTB, they may have a chance to respawn. That'll be something I'll have to test a bit more thoroughly. Now ultimately, is it worth all that effort? And that is a serious amount of grind, going across all that Ashlands, picking up them pieces, literally they were really far away, and then taking him on. Not yet anyway, it definitely needs a buff and they're already changing stuff. They changed the appearance of this sword. It did look like the placeholder that's been in the game for years, but they have changed it now to something different. It does 10 flat fire damage at the moment and only 10 extra slashing damage than a Nidhogg, one of the brand new basic weapons you can get. So yeah, it's pretty weak sauce at the moment and I can't really see the benefit of having it just yet, but it may become an OP weapon for when we go to the deep north. So it might not get buffed, it might not radically change, it might be something really intended to have something really good once we get to the colder areas up north for the final update. I spawned one in and it wasn't exactly the same one, but close enough. It was like a basic level 1. Obviously this was level 2. I presume there isn't other ones that you'll find lesser level. And there you go. That's pretty much everything you need to know about the new flaming sword. No longer a cheat item, although you still might be able to spawn that in. Lord Reto is going to be tough. It's going to be tougher probably finding everything you need to take him on. But now you've seen this video, hopefully you've got an idea about what to bring to the fight when you eventually do it. If you found this useful, leave a like I said, check out the rest of my content, and I'll see you ratbags for more very soon.